Alright, well here's a little video of a camera car I made. Wanted to show you guys. I have to keep putting videos up because you guys are subscribing. So what this is just a camera car with a one servo added to it, mounted in there with a reverse polarity Y cable. And then what that does is every time the wheel will turn, it'll actually turn the camera with and in the direction of the wheel. If you don't put a Y reverse cable in there, what'll happen is when you turn the wheel this way, the camera will go that way, because servos you can't just put a regular Y cable. So you do need a reverse polarity Y cable. And what that reverse polarity Y cable will do, like I said, as soon as you turn into the turn, at the same speed this will turn into it, and it makes it so you do not lose any footage. It really makes for really good corner shots. All the time guys are going away and disappearing and coming back, but this is pretty much how you solve that problem. It hasn't made its debut yet. I did this on another car and it did work, so I do know the concept works really well. This is my modified version, the one that I wanted to show everybody. So what I've done here is, this is actually right now not screwed down, but real easily what you could do is click the camera out. It'll hold a camera, an Apple iPhone, anything like that. And what this is there's a screw down inside here, a long screw that goes all the way down into the servo. I don't have it screwed down yet because I wanted to take it off and show you. So what this is just a little cell phone holder. You could buy anywhere. You could clip different sized phones. It opens up, and then all you do is just set the phone in or whatever it is, close it down. You could put it at any angle, and then once it's locked down, it holds it pretty well. So there's usually not much going on there with it getting away from you. And then yeah, just by pushing the button, you could release it, and it releases it, and then you could slide it back out, size it up for a different one. What I did is just mounted that to a block, put drilled some bolts, some holes. It really helps to have a good drill press. You know, you can get some nice straight drills down inside there. But yeah, lined up, drilled it, bolted it through there, put the pad back in there. Basically that made it so mounted a servo. This is just the top of the servo. Here it is up close. Just mounted that, drilled, fit it down in there, made it so it's pretty flush. Probably could have gone up a tiny bit higher to make a little bit more clearance for the roof, but some lenses are low, and on an Apple iPhone is really what I meant to get it for. I'll have to show it what that looks like in there, but the Apple iPhone camera is here. You could also flip the camera iPhone around facing you, and you'll be able to like see what you're actually filming. It gives it a little different perspective, but it gives you some different angles, so you can have like kind of a visual screen. But so all we did here is we have that, and these are my little body clips that help take all that off. I just put this on here for a little extra padding. What I have here is this servo mount right here, and what this is just a piece of aluminum, bent, drilled, servo mounted to it. And then in the front, same thing, just a piece of aluminum that's bent down, and then over, with a screw going down here and a screw going down, a bolt going through here. And then this just makes it so, I mean, I could support the whole weight of the car. Here, bent in a really tight circle, and here holding the other side of the servo. See, it's all pretty well mounted. And then so that's the servo. You just got to size it up for the clearance and how you want it to be at the height and all that. You got to think about all that kind of stuff. But here it is from a different angle. So yeah, this is just a cheap chassis. Doesn't really matter what chassis you use. I like using this chassis and did it this way because there was a nice metal bar in here that you could kind of do some stuff. These holes here were the existing holes. I just had to exactly drill those. They're kind of off at a slight angle through the manufacturer. But yeah, put those in there. They were hard to get in. I actually had to bend this, put the screws in, bend it back just so I can have. But then that's what this other screw is for. It helps kind of hold everything together. See if I can get a better zoom on it. It's kind of difficult. But yeah, so if that helps any, a little better there. You can see it a little better there. So yeah, this is just an aluminum bar an aluminum piece bent around, and then how you get that done. And pretty much is the how I do all my projects with these little aluminum bars. You can go to the hardware store and get these. What it is just an aluminum. You buy an aluminum bar, you get a little vise, and you can bend them. And you can bend them at the heights you want and the widths you want, and you can make L brackets, and you can make S, and anything you want if you feel like bolting it together. So ultimately, this stuff is how I engineer just about everything. You can do almost anything you want with it. Here's a smaller example of a little bracket. I mean, this is just bending it. Just literally bend it. You could get a nice flat in there, and then afterwards you could put it in the vise and kind of shaping it up. You could get files and file it down and make it more level. But these kind of things for mounting stuff work great. So that's it. So basically, there's just a Y cable. There's a Y cable in here. All right, this is a reverse polarity Y cable. So what it does is it has the one that you plug into the receiver, and then one will plug your servo into it, and then the other one you plug your camera servo into it. What it will do is let one of them run normal, and then it will reverse polarity the other one. If you just have a regular Y cable, it's just going to make them run the same, and then that's what throws it off backwards. So having this specialty part, usually about 20-25 bucks, maybe 30 at the max, but it just a Y cable reverse polarity. They do make them for like Airtronics. This is an Airtronics one. They make them for Futaba. They make them for your high tech and stuff like that. But for the main part, if you get the one that is correct, then it makes just plugging it in. So again, you just plug one into your receiver for your steering channel, and then one for your servo for your regular steering, and then one for your new camera mount. So that is the Y cable that I was talking about. Here's what it looks like up close. One wire in, two connectors out. Alright, the last part of the video. So I did the Y cable with reverse polarity. One of the things you have to watch out for is some Y cables with reversal polarity will actually reverse polarity both. So you do have to make sure that it only reverses polarity on one of your cables. So once you've done that, you just get the right. It's usually a pretty standard reverse polarity Y cable, but just to be safe, make sure you get the right polarity. So all it's going to do is, again, just want to reverse polarity on one plug, not both, because you want the steering to be normal, but the camera servo to be reverse polarity. The one I got one that was to be able to adjust, which is kind of nice. It didn't quite work the way I wanted to, but once I got another servo in there, I was able to get it. It has this little piece right here, and what this does is let me zoom in on it there a little bit. What this does is this will let me adjust the fine motion, or the fine stop point, the center trim on the third channel servo. So that's like a third channel trim, or this third servo trim, which is kind of nice. So I can kind of get the wheels straight first, and then pinpoint in the servo, which makes it wound up making it really nice. So everything's all set. So I've plugged in in one here. The servo's plugged into the other wire, and then both servos are plugged in. So all set. And just wanted to show you real quick. So here I will plug it in, and just for the heck of it, I can turn it on. And turn it on here for you. Quick body clip. You don't need to have these in for the video, but screw it down. Put the camera in. Any kind of fine adjustments on angle. And now, as if you can see, once you get the radio in the picture a little bit here, once you turn the wheel, the camera will turn with the direction of the wheel also. So once this goes into the turn, the camera will be facing in the direction and you won't lose the car. So it makes for when you do like circles, it looks like you're doing donuts and all that kind of stuff. But this is it. Just wanted to show you steering one way and steering the other. There you go. That's what it looks like. Hope you like it.